Hi, and welcome to the Saturday Night Sleepover podcast. I'm your host, Charli, and I started this podcast because I'm good at two things. One, making friends, and two, telling stories. So you get to participate in that by listening. Welcome to the sleepover. It's Saturday night.
No, it's a 0%, 99, 20. Do I need to leave and come back? Do I need to leave you guys alone?
Saturday Night Sleepover. I don't know why it was choosing to do what it was doing, but now it is not doing that thing anymore. But I've been having technical issues. As soon as I started saying Riverside is good, it did not. It went bad. Like I don't
It went bad.
understand
Went to the dark
Riverside.
side.
Yeah, it says
Are you
58,
seeing a
67,
percentage on your screen?
70.
Oh, mine
I
just
do. It's
I'm at
fine.
80%. I don't
It's
know what this
uploading.
means.
So you know, like at the end when we say
Okay.
kill everybody, and then I'm like, don't hang up every single time because if you hang up, it won't upload. I hate you, Riverside.
Okay. So mine's
Yeah, so yours is like 80% uploaded. So
boo.
like once it gets to 100% uploaded, that means it's like G2G.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
I just
it
wanted to
has to
make
do
sure
with
we're
like
both
how
saying
fast your Wi-Fi is.
percentages. Oh, don't tell Wyatt that my Wi-Fi is not being the best because he
80
will.
is fine. Mine,
Might
I
not.
have good Wi-Fi and I'm at 90, so you're fine. Yeah, it changes all the time. I don't
Keeps
understand.
changing.
I don't
But
even
that's
pretend
fine.
to understand how that I know how Riverside works. I don't know how it works, but I do like to talk a lot of crap on it.
Me and technology don't get along, so it could be me. I'm cursed. They make me like leave the front desk when they're trying to print stuff because it won't print
That's
if I'm around.
silly.
It's so bad. I know but it's literal. Like my coworker had
Jam
such a bad
job.
jam job that she had to get in there and she had ink. Jam job. She had ink all over her hand like she was giving birth to this paper. And she's like, get out of here. I
Oops.
was like, okay, I'm sorry.
That's funny. No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways,
I'm okay with technology. Usually, it just sometimes.
maybe I'm just jam jobbing the Riverside.
No, I just
Jam
don't know. I
jobbing.
tried to do something different before. I was trying to use my microphone on my phone because I'm not a fan of the quality of my camera and I always think about it. But but the one on my phone is better. But then so I was like, I'm gonna try my phone, and then the phone didn't work. So I'm like, oh, fine, I'll just do what I know works. Huh?
I was a I was a professional lip reader for a
You
second.
know, I really like YouTube videos
It
that it's
was.
like they're bad lip
It's
reading.
not working.
Those YouTube videos are so good.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are funny. And it's so spot on. You're like, oh, wow, are we sure this isn't
Yeah,
what
the
they
mashed
said?
potatoes are runny. And they're like people on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the NFL ones are
Yes,
so good.
exactly. The NFL ones.
I
And I
yeah,
don't
I don't
even
know
watch
anything.
football. I feel like we watched some of those videos when
Yeah,
we worked in the treatment center.
probably because they're
Didn't we
usually
watch
pretty
those
like
as some of them? Funny
appropriate.
videos?
You know, like E for everyone
Neutral. Yeah.
most of the time,
Yeah.
but
Esports. It's in the game.
E for everyone.
That's what I heard. You
Well,
said
isn't
E for
that also a
everyone.
game rating?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But in my brain it went esports in the game. I don't even know if that's the true
Next, how was your
slogan.
day?
Anyways, next. Next. It was very long, but
It was
productive as per
also like
usual.
okay, so
How's
it's
yours?
really overcast today, And so, and just like kind of like gloomy outside.
Hmm.
So when it's always like that, I just want to go be at home under my blankets. And even though it's like warm, I still want to be under the
Me
blankets
too.
because I like being cozy. And um, so when I'm
Yeah, it's
at
about the
work and
vibe.
it's like that outside, it just like it doesn't matter how productive and quickly the day is going, it still feels really long. So yeah, because I just want to be in my
It
blankies.
drags for sure.
And then I had technical issues, and I'm like, I'm still not in my blankies.
Hmm. I am in Asher's room, and it's much colder
I
in here
definitely
than
should
in
have
our
brought a
room.
blanket. What was
So I
I
need like
thinking?
several thousand blankets in here.
Oh,
I'll
I
give you
wish.
his Minecraft blanket if you want.
Um,
Kidding.
yes. So it was like that all day today, but I was like super productive, and I started tackling one of the worst. Like I have one part of my job that I have to do math, and I hate it. It's like the worst part of my job. And so I started tackling the
Yeah.
math part of it
I don't know
today.
why. Good job. I don't know why I thought aesthetics wouldn't have math, and it definitely does when you have to figure out percentages, and I'm like, yikes.
Yeah,
Not a
I'm
skill
not good at
set that
math.
I'm strong
So I just like built,
with.
I programmed an Excel spreadsheet to do it for me.
That's
So I like brought my
fabulous.
coworker into like I
It's
was
a
like,
great
look,
job.
I changed it so that I programmed it so that if I put this number here and I put this number here, it'll spit out the answer of like how much I have in inventory and how much I need to like order and how much all this stuff. And she was like, oh, I was like, well, this is like the worst, most stressful part of my job. And she was like, you know what stresses me out? Excel spreadsheets. It's like, okay.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you either get the spreadsheets or you don't.
I do love
Most of my
I love
friends are fond of
spreadsheets. I am
spreadsheets.
and I'm
It's
very
true.
good at programming it to do the math for me, but I myself can't do the math.
That's fair. I cannot either. My brain doesn't work like that. I was held back from recess in fourth grade because I was
I
so bad at
well,
fractions.
I think I talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm like so bad at math that when I went to go take the entrance exam for
Entrance.
for
Yeah.
community college,
For
um
college?
I scored so low on the math
Okay.
section that I had to take 4 classes before it would even count. Yeah, I'm so bad.
Oh boy. That's fine. It's okay. I feel like for some people it clicks and then other
I
people's it's
kind of
just like,
have
nah,
a
there's
theory
no
that
click in here.
um my I think my I block being good at math because I feel like everyone in my family is good at math, and so I feel like my
Hmm.
brain is like blocking it because it's like you have to be different or something. I don't know.
The universe just knows
True.
you'd be too powerful if you could do math as well.
Yeah.
Like, no, girl, we're taking this away from you.
But anyway, so I did math at work today, and well, I did Excel, and the Excel did the math for me. But eh,
Do you feel like a criminal? Like you've lived a life of crime and
no,
you're reflecting on all your life choices? Like, are you getting
I am
super
not.
into like
Not that I
Jesus
know
and
of.
philosophy? Oh, dang. Okay. Well, I felt like a criminal when we were hauling block, and I was like, this is why people in
Yeah.
prison get
Do
buff because
people in
these are
prison
so heavy.
haul blocks? I
Blocks,
mean,
I feel like they do.
I think it
Maybe
is
that's just like
fictionalized. I
the
know that they have a
fictionalized
work
TV
detail, and
version of.
sometimes, like, in order to get out of jail, they can go like pick up trash on the side of the road or whatever. But I don't think it's like that.
Literal prison blocks. I probably am
I
just
think that
going
it
based off
probably
of
used
like
to be like that. I do
stereotypical
think that
TV.
prisoners like built
But
the railroad system that we have.
probably. Yeah, I'm just telling you, block is heavy, and shoveling gravel makes you feel like
Yeah, I
reflecting
do
all your
hate
life
shoveling
choices.
rock. Shoveling rock is awful.
I was panting like a dog. I'm like, is anyone else breathing like this? Like, you guys, I am not getting enough air in my nose. I have to mouth breathe right now. It's fine. I go get a drink of water so no one sees this. It's fine. Anyways,
I have no
I was trying
crimes.
to relate to your
I'm
crimes.
crime free.
No crimes. I am too.
Um, so what are you working on your house right now?
We um did the rock this last weekend,
Yuck.
and 42-mile-an-hour wind, so that was a grand old time. Yeah. And then when I was talking about the block we had done, my brother's landscaping the weekend before. But
Do
we're
you
pretty
have
close.
electricity?
Like the tile got done and uh-huh. We've had electricity for a hot minute. We've got our furnace set. I went and picked out our granite countertops on Monday and our backsplash for the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like we're really, really close. Crazy. I know. I need now to like kick it into high gear and start packing our stuff. I have someone who is not interested
Well, if
in
I was
doing
there, I
that,
would help
so
you.
it's
That's
gonna
like
be.
my
I
like
just told him
jam.
I'm gonna
I'm
set.
so good at helping people pack and packing myself.
Yes,
I actually
100%.
know
I
that
know
I
that you would
am
kick
good at
butt with me,
doing
but
your packing specifically. I've helped you
I
move like
know.
6 times.
True. Specifically, I know this is hopefully the last for a long time until we outgrow the house, but uh Wyatt's lived in this house for a long, long time, so he has a lot more stuff and he's more connected to things than I
Yeah.
am. I've embraced throwing
I
stuff away.
I would
So
like
we'll
to
see.
just like
But we're to
burn
that point.
all of my belongings and live in a tiny house, but I don't.
That's what I say to him, that I'm gonna set this all on fire if we don't figure it out. And he thinks that I'm lying, but I think I could actually do it.
Yeah. Well,
I
I mean,
didn't
it's
harm
not like
anyone.
you're moving like two
Just said
streets
it.
away, so you could do it
That is
in
not the
small
point.
increments if you wanted.
The point is it's a fresh start. No, no, we are throwing stuff away. We're starting over. We're not taking all of the
Yeah.
junk. So
Well, I'm a very
we're not
slow mover when
manifesting
it's my
bringing
own
all of that
stuff
over,
cuz
okay?
like I have a whole plan and I like get a storage unit and I do all the things. Um but do you remember when we moved from
Yeah.
the apartment to our house in Utah and we had our
Hmm.
friends Shaylee and Brady helping us and we moved, all we needed was like help to like carry the furniture in the house, and then we had moved everything into a storage unit and we were just going to like go and get it over a month and then just
Hmm.
get rid of the storage unit once everything was in the house. And that's what we did. But like Brady was like,
Yeah.
so we got all the furniture in the house and we're like, hey, thanks, we got it. And they were like, they went back out to the storage unit because they had to get like one more load. And he was like, are you sure you don't want us to load the rest of this stuff up and just bring it over to your house? And we're like, nope, we don't want that. Just we're gonna get it when we get it. And he was like, he like was so uncomfortable with that idea.
That's how I feel. I'm with Brady. I'm like, let's get this all done and figure it out from there. Because I, I don't want to keep having to think about it. Like, even if it's in my house in a box, that is better to me than it
No, I
being
don't care if it's elsewhere in
elsewhere
a
in a
box.
box. I do. I'm like crazy, neurotic. I woke up the other day thinking about how I needed to paint the front door because I don't like the color of it. That was the first thing I thought when I opened my eyes. Like, I'm going
You should
insane.
paint it a crazy color, like red.
No, I'm not doing that. I thought about it. I thought doing like a really dark burgundy, but I don't think it would go good. And I said tan, and my stepdad had free paint, and so we painted it the tan that he painted it, and it pulls really yellow. And I'm like, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
When do you
that's
think you're
pretty
going to move
much
in
it.
then,
We're
if you're
really
that close?
close, and we're excited.
Oh, really?
I am trying to have no expectations because, yeah, we were thinking we were about a month out, but it took us a second to get the
Oh,
cabinet guy
yeah.
to
You were
finish,
supposed to
and we
pick
couldn't
out
get the
stuff
counters
like
templated
this
until,
weekend, right?
yeah. So I picked out the granite on Monday, but I don't know. The granite guy said a month to another person who's in a similar time frame as us, and my stepdad's hoping he can push and get us in faster.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to have no
Yeah,
expectations
for sure.
so I don't get
Especially when it's like
disappointed, you
something
know?
that's out of your control.
So yeah, and person who really likes things to go they're supposed to. And this is a thing that you can't care, you can't think about it.
Hmm.
Like we got free rock. You know what I mean? Like I can't be too particular, so that's
Yeah.
challenging.
I
But
feel
you
like
know,
I'm
it is
okay
what it
with
is.
being in that space though. Like I'm not used I would be more uncomfortable in a space where I like had to have a decision right away other than like, oh, okay, we can just go with it and do that.
Yeah, you were definitely more go with the flow, and I'm like a type A person and a type B
Well,
like
I have very
functionality.
type A,
Does that make sense?
tendencies too, like with organization of things. Like my stuff has to be like all separated out for me
Yeah.
in order to not like fixate on it.
Hmm.
Like I will fixate on things if
Yes,
they're
exactly.
not in the place that I want them to be.
Oh, I know. You used to clean your house until like 2:30 in the morning
Yeah,
when
or
someone was coming over.
remember when I got the steam cleaner and when I got really obsessed with it and we would be like watching TV and I would
Yeah.
go in the other room and just clean.
Yes. I gotta go steam clean the kitchen. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
I got
recall. That was
obsessed with
right
that
before
steam
you
cleaner.
moved.
I don't use it as much
So
anymore,
funny.
but it was baller whenever I like liked it.
Really? It definitely is effective. I really want that, like, it's like a wand that has all these different attachments that
Oh,
you
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
apply to
Like
it and
the
it
you put
scrubs
it
everything for
on
you.
like a draw or
Have you seen
whatever.
this? Kind of, I think. It's something and it makes it spin, but it's got a bunch of different attachments so you can clean different things. And I'm like, I need that. I am 30-year-old and my knees be hurting when I'm scrubbing this tub. So
My sister has like a
let's
super
make a
steamer
machine do it for
that
me.
like it you can steam your entire house floors with it.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm like, this is so
that's
cool. When
amazing.
we first moved in here, I was like, please come over and help me clean and bring your steamer. And we washed like all of the walls and all of the floors because there was like
Right?
nothing in the house. So
I love that.
nice. And
Yeah,
steam kills like all of the nasties.
I know. Yeah, the bacteria. It's amazing. Yeah. So,
Yeah. The other thing I can think about
I don't
all
know.
day long is like, I'll think about it and I'll be like, I just want to rip out all the walls in this house and redo. Yeah.
You love ripping stuff out. You moved into your last house and
Well,
immediately
just
ripped
part of
out
them.
like all of the cabinets.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Well,
like a
yeah, but
whole
a good
upper
chunk,
cabinet that
right?
I didn't like where it was, so I just took it out and gave it to Coin. And then I like
And there was something on like the like where the
yeah.
bench or the
So
like bar stools go,
there
right?
was like there was like
It
an
was right
upper
there.
cabinet that was like by the sink that I felt like it was just crowding me. So I took it down and I had Colton put it in his shop. And then I painted
Shop.
all of the cabinets, and that was the thing that Colton got the most mad about because he didn't want me to paint the cabinets, but he was on nights, and I was like, "You're gonna be gone all night.
Hmm.
What are you gonna do about it?" And he came home
I'm
and he
doing
was like,
it.
"If you ever
Yeah.
do that again, I will not come home from work." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
You're like, okay, go live in the shop.
No,
Bye.
but
Kidding. I'm not a fan of painted cabinets, but I will say that your
yeah,
painted
they were
cabinets
like super
were an
old.
upgrade compared to
It was
what
from the
was existing
70s.
before.
And then I like
Yeah,
where
it
the bar
wasn't.
stools were, it was like
Yeah,
just like
like
raw wood. And I was like, I'm just gonna paint this white. And then I put like a barn door looking element on it, and it looked good.
yeah, it was pretty
So
for sure.
yeah.
You never know what you're gonna come home to, Colton.
uh, it's really good to be married to an independent person, but then when they get a thing in their head and they decide they want to do it, it's hard, I guess. Yeah.
It's gonna happen, yeah. No, it's true. My friend, she was hanging something up the other day, and she sent a text to her husband. She's like, I couldn't find the hammer, so I like hammered it in with the book, but then I bent the nail, and now there's a hole in the wall. And it was just funny. He was not thrilled either.
Yeah, but my
You
stuff,
know,
like I know how to
do
use
what you
all the
got to
tools,
do.
so I just go get the tools. I just don't know where to put them back, and I think that's what makes him the most mad is that I don't put
Oh,
the tools
yes.
back where they're supposed to go. Goose goose.
Really goes. No, I get that. What else is new?
It's like pretty much it feels like summer outside here. Is it like that there?
It depends on no, I mean, we have had nice like weeks, and then the weekend hits, and it's a huge snowstorm or like millions of miles of an hour wind or rain. So you don't know what you're getting. We still have like a third of the roof to get done because every weekend there's
Wow.
weather and we haven't been able to get up there. It's been crazy for a
That is
couple of
crazy.
months. Yeah. Isn't that weird? But
Yeah,
that's also like Utah spring. I feel like it would get up to 80 during the week, and then we
that's
literally
crazy.
got inches of snow. Feels feels rude. Yeah, and our first snowfall was in October, so we didn't have a bunch until basically the
Hmm.
spring for that.
We have
It's weird. I wish it was more
no. You go
summery.
for it. You wish it was more summery.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, the other day it was raining and the bushes out in front of our house were in bloom and it smelled so good. And I took a huge deep breath of it and then I immediately started sneezing and I was
Yeah,
dying. The allergies have been crazy too.
we'd had our
So,
allergies like a month
well,
ago,
yeah,
and
anyways.
now it's just like it's raining and sometimes tornado-y, and it's just been raining a
That's
lot,
crazy.
like every other day.
I prefer that. I would
Yeah.
love that over the snow. I love the
Well,
rain, but
sometimes the rain comes and then
it's
sometimes the
it's
tornado comes
few
with it.
and far
So,
between here.
but like it's been nice
I
enough that we've
mean,
been able to keep the front door open, and so it'll be like raining outside, and we're just like sitting on the couch and listening to the rain,
love
and then it thunders, and I freak out.
the best feeling. I like the thunder. I don't mind it, but my grandma definitely hated it. She'd steal us from, um, she stole me from my crib and would put me in the hall so I wouldn't get lightninged through the effing window. I'm
I
like,
hate
okay,
that. I
grandma.
hate the lightning and the thunder. I'm with your grandma.
She grew up, I get. I know you do.
Remember
I
that
know.
time you were sleeping and I got scared in the middle of the
It's
night
fine.
because of the thunder, and you like woke up and you were like, shh.
Yeah. Yeah. I always knew that you were scared when it was raining here, but it didn't happen that much, so I felt like
Yeah,
it wasn't a big
I'm a
deal. I'm
little more
sure you get
used
it
to
way
it,
more over
but
there.
when the thunder comes, I still get scared.
The So are you more scared of the thunder or the fires? Because you're
I'm more
definitely scared of the
scared
fires
of
in Utah.
the thunder in the moment, but then like long term, like if I'm actually worried about something like haven't that I have to have like an emergency plan for, it's the fires. But like the lightning
Yeah.
alarms me and then I
Fires?
get scared. But yeah, fires are weird.
That's valid. I'm nervous about how this summer will be, but hopefully now that we've had a lot
Mm.
of like snow, it'll be better than it would have been. We'll see. Ridiculous. Asher rolled out of bed and cut his eyeball open right here on Sunday. So we woke up to him screaming bloody murder and him like
Oh
profusely bleeding
no.
from his eye, and we
That's
had to go get
terrifying.
stitches. Yeah, it was really awful. Yeah. Have you ever like held down a child screaming, "It's just
Oh
so much pain,"
no.
as he's
Poor
getting
guy.
stitches? Oh my God. It was so hard. Yeah, but he was so stoked as soon as it was done. He said, "Can you take my
What did
picture?"
he like? How
We're
did
like,
he? What did he
"Yeah."
roll into?
He's like super stoked. Um, we haven't determined exactly what, because he's got like a little
Mm-hmm.
easy like three drawer thing from Walmart, that was open right there, and then his switch was plugged into the wall, and that charger has a really sharp corner. But he rolled off into one of those two things, and we can't figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was obviously like dead asleep, so he doesn't know. Um, but yeah, that was a great way to
Well,
start
yeah,
the
and
Sunday.
the emergency room
It was
sucks. Like I had to
it
go to
was
the
a
emergency
lot.
room like a month ago, and I it cost me like
Mhm.
$1,800 after insurance, and I'm like, what is the point of existing?
Nope. We went to the Instacare, which I was team ER, but way down. So we had to wait like 30 minutes before we could take him in, and that was kind of bad because then he also had to numb, and
Mm.
the swelling was crazy. But yeah, insurance is a scam, and the hospital sucks, and our Instacare sucks. So
It was
it was
like,
just one of
it
those
was
things.
$10,000. I was like, I was there for
Crazy.
30 minutes. Like seriously, and you guys didn't even do anything.
Mhm. That's me still paying off my bill from a couple of years ago where they didn't
Mm-hmm.
figure anything out, and it was $8,000 because I didn't have insurance.
We
So
hate
still
that.
making a payment on that. Joy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
$8,000 is crazy.
Did you at least get
That's
like a
much money.
CAT scan for $8,000?
Ugh. Anyways. Yeah, they did
Mm-hmm.
give me, is that where they do the
Yeah.
contrast, right? And it feels like you pee yourself? Yeah, they did do that and they
Yeah.
saw nothing. They thought I was wanting drugs. They saw me and they're like, "Oh, you must love
What?
needles." And I was like, "Excuse me, what?" Yeah, because I have tattoos on my
That
arms,
is
so apparently I
crazy.
love needles. Tell me that's not crazy. Wanted to that guy in the throat. I were free from
No, they
violence.
just mhm.
Because this was right after you were
Mhm.
here in
Yeah,
Utah
they
that you went to the
I went
hospital,
to the
right?
Insecure
Yeah.
first and the Insecure said that I was having an appendicitis. But I wasn't having an appendicitis. Um yeah, so they told me to go to the ER
That's what they
immediately.
thought
So I
for
went
me
and I was
too.
like, I feel dumb. I'm not having an appendicitis, but they told me I have to go. So I went and then they gave me a CAT scan and they're like, you're not having an appendicitis, you're not having a kidney stone, so you have to go home. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I went home. And then I found out that I had a diaphragm uh spasm that pulled my ribs out of their sockets. Yeah.
Please?
I went and got a
Ew.
massage,
How'd you
and
figure that
my
out?
massage therapist was like, everything is out of like where it should be. It's like not good. And
Please?
I was like, I think this
Yeah.
happened, and she's like, that is what it feels like happened. And then I went to the chiropractor, and they push my ribs back into the spot they're supposed to go. But when I went to the massage therapist, it was like so painful. Like it was the most like it was more pain. It was probably
Well,
just as
yeah.
painful as when I had the like diaphragm seizure and it pulled everything out. But she just like slower
Ugh.
paced because when everything pulled out, it was like really quick, and I like suddenly couldn't do anything, and then um uh
Yeah.
when the massage therapist, she just like slowly like moved the muscle back to where it was supposed to be, and it was like I was just like all I could do
Cool.
was just take deep breaths. It hurt really really bad.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's disturbing. But you see these people who like have all these issues, and then a chiropractor and a massage therapist can fix it and determine like, oh yeah, this is what happened. And the actual doctors are just like,
And please pay
you're
me
fine. You're probably anxious.
$1,800 for 15 minutes of my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
$1,800 or $8,000 to be told
I wish
you're
that I had not
looking
gone to
for
the ER and I
drugs.
just like whatever. But they were like, "You're having appendicitis," and then I freaked out.
Powered
I
through.
was like, "Okay, I guess I'll go."
Of course. Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel that. Don't trust Google. That's so how did you figure out that it was your diaphragm?
Because
Like how did
I
you come to
had
that
like
conclusion?
what I thought was a heart attack, and then I thought it was a kidney stone. And so I went to the Insta care because I was like, "Can you order me a scan to see if I'm having a kidney stone?" And then they were like, "No, you're having appendicitis." So I just am like
Yeah.
aware of my body, and I explained like where the pain was and how it worked. And then she was like, "That's probably what
Mm,
happened."
that makes sense. I was just curious how you came to that. I think I was having a somatic response to trauma because
Well, I also, if we're gonna get hippie,
uh,
um, I it was
it
yeah
makes sense if it was
because
a
I
thing
well not
related for
only
you
that
too,
but I
right?
was like in a space where there was energy that somebody had a heart attack in, and so if
Yes.
we're gonna get real hippie about it,
Yeah.
I think that like some of the energy from the like heart attack was still in the house and like pulled on my muscles.
Well, and I think that that could be true as well
Mhm.
because you weren't the only one who experienced that. Yeah, there's another person who was around you
Yeah,
who was around the same space who experienced that, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's like wild to think.
So I think that there's just like
It's so
latent
crazy.
energy hanging out in the house, and it like got into my muscles.
Hmm. Yeah, I believe it.
Anyway,
I'm on your
but
witchy game. I get it.
they weren't gonna believe me at the ER whenever
Because
I said
I want, yeah.
that.
No, you can't say that.
Yeah,
Maybe if
they
it
would have
was
been like, "Yeah,
Eastern
you're
medicine, but
looking for
not
needles
Western
for
medicine,
sure."
it'd be like, yeah, for sure. You want some
No,
Dilaudid?
because I went to the ER with my dad. That would have been worse. No.
You didn't want to take off your pants in front of your dad? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
my
funny.
dad went
I
with
didn't
me.
realize he went with you. That's nice.
But you're
I'm
stressed
stressed
about what?
about
Oh,
it.
okay.
We're not my dad, but we're not going to talk about that here. That's another time
Yeah.
conversation. Wait, oh, we already discussed
Yeah.
it, but it's in my brain. I'm having bad
I've
dreams.
been having like dreams that I don't remember, but I just remember them
Boy,
being like weird and intense. Mm-hmm.
you get like have the leftover
Yeah.
feelings, so it feels like you didn't sleep. Hate that. You're like, why was I fighting for my life in my dreams, and
Mm-hmm.
now I can't really function
I
as a
think it's
human?
just, oh, what did you take?
I started taking a supplement. Oh, go ahead. I started taking a supplement that helps lower your cortisol at night, and it's helping me a lot, I think. Like I still struggle with sleep, but I do feel a lot better with this. It's
Hmm.
called New Adapt. I'll send you the thing on it. It's got a bunch of
Hmm.
different things that help like just manage your cortisol. And I think,
I feel
yeah,
like ever
it's
since
been
I
interesting,
moved here
but
and had like a
helpful.
more regular schedule,
Doesn't
my sleep, like I used to be bad with my sleep, like, but I'm much better now.
mm-hmm,
Just my dreams are weird now.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I do have a better routine because I'm working 5 days instead of like taking a day off in between like my other schedule. But if I don't do that, my
Yeah.
stuff, I still can't sleep. So, yay,
Yeah.
insomnia.
Same. Sometimes, well,
It's
the
annoying.
other day, I actually took like a 3 hour nap because I was just so wiped out. I had been working, I worked like until like 7:30, 8 o'clock on Friday, and then I had to go back to work at like 6 a.m. And to say that like that's hard is crazy to me because we used to work until 11 p.m. and then come back at get home at midnight and then wake up at 5 to get there at 7 if there's snow on the ground.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
no,
how
I
we did
don't
that.
know why or how that was a thing. It was awful, to say the least. After working sometimes over
Yeah,
16 hours, like, excuse me?
like
I, I could not do that
yeah,
now.
it was not
There's
uncommon
no
to
way.
work
I
like
would lose my mind.
19-hour shifts, which is insane. How do we do that?
Hmm. No, I would be. We were
Yeah, true.
young and in a cult,
Yeah.
right? Crash out queen. That's who I would be now if I did that. I think I would like be swearing at everyone and losing my crap. There's no way. I have such better boundaries now as a human. Thank God.
Yeah.
Frontal lobe
Well, I
development.
think that it was good. Uh, I did learn a lot of good lessons from working there, and I feel like at a certain point, I like outgrew it and didn't
Me
need
too.
it anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely am grateful because I made a lot of realizations about life and made a lot of good relationships. And there's things that I think I wouldn't have come to understand had I not experienced all of those things, but it definitely served its purpose, and that was that. I don't know how
I don't think
people
anybody does.
continue.
I
Just saying
think, yeah, I
that
don't
we
know
know.
anybody that still works there. I don't think, besides like people who started working there like 5 years
Mm.
ago.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting. We're gonna have to sidebar
Anyway.
after this. But no, it definitely served its purpose,
Hmm.
and I'm grateful. I wouldn't
True.
have known you had we not worked there. Had I not been a 20-year-old supervisor not
Yeah,
allowed to drive the van.
it's crazy.
And
It
that's,
is kind of crazy to think about like
yeah. But
how we started being friends because we didn't like I was so like hands off and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be this girl's coworker. Like I'm gonna have so many boundaries. And then the universe was like, no, you will be friends.
mhm. Yeah, because even when you were talking about like you in the apartment and then moving into the house, like that was really
Mm-hmm.
around the time that we
Yeah.
started being way closer. Do you know what I mean? Because we worked together for some
Mm-hmm.
months before we even got super close.
But probably like a year.
That's crazy. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
I think so too. And we were on the same shift.
I just talked about random
Wild.
things in the car instead of like talking about things that mattered. Because we would spend you didn't have a car, so we would
They
drive together
mattered.
every day for an hour, sometimes more.
Yeah. I no, I got this. Yeah, I got this job, and then literally 2 days later, my transmission exploded, and I was like, I can't do this. And the it was she's my friend, but she was like, no, you could just carpool for a while until you figure it out, and just kick in money to everyone else. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's so crazy. And then I got
Mm-hmm.
my little
Yeah, Lolita.
junky car
Mm-hmm.
that
Whatever
we
happened to
almost died
Lolita?
in.
I thought
Yes,
your brother was
yeah.
taking care of
And
it,
then
or didn't your brother buy it from you?
Coulter had it, yeah, for a while, and then I don't know. It was a beater car, like it wasn't
Mm.
anything serious. I don't know. That was a long time ago. I don't have the brain cells to remember that. Because that was what, like 2017,
Yeah,
18? Yeah, because I owned both cars when I broke up with that boyfriend, and I
mm-hmm.
took them both
I
and
think
then
so.
sold the one to Coulter, right?
That
Yeah,
is crazy.
crazy.
And then that other car died, like right after you got divorced, right?
As soon as, yeah, as soon as I started dating Wyatt, it was like a couple months, and well, it was a little bit longer than that into dating him. My car took a crap. And I need to figure out how to get the title for it because I need to take it to the junkyard
Well,
now that we're
it's
moving.
you can just
This
apply
is
for a lost
sitting
title.
in the driveway.
It's not that hard.
That's
I
what
did the
I was
hardest
looking
thing
up.
there is, which is a salvage title, and that was like serious business. It was hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I it
I
took me
know.
like six
They give you the
years.
runaround forever, and then you finally figured it out. 100% I did. I remember. I wish I could just take it to the
Yeah.
junkyard, but they will not
Well,
accept it.
it's not it won't be that hard to file for a loss. You probably could just walk into the DMV and then walk out with it 30 minutes later. Like it's not that hard.
Probably. I know. It's just like one of those ADHD things that feels like so much bigger than it actually is that I've made it this beast and like a huge thing in my mind that I can't do, but I can. It just is
Yeah.
putting the time and effort into doing it, you know? It's silly, but that my
Yeah.
brain is
The
weird.
DMV
So,
ladies there are so nice.
whatever.
It was not their fault that I had to do the process that I had to
That's
do.
true.
Yeah.
No, it was
Connecticut
the
was
other
awful.
states and time.
How
Not
dare
that crap.
they?
How dare they? No. And it's just, and I'm kind of nervous. Like, what if there's like a family of rats that have been living in there or something? Because I haven't been inside the car in like over a year, like longer than that, probably. So,
Why would how
are
would they
there
get
cats?
into
Are
the
there rats?
car?
Are there
Are the
like
windows
what
open?
is in there? I don't know. No, they're just like shimmy their
Um
little bodies
it's
in the
probably
holes. I don't know.
unlikely.
I'm just scared. This is my fear.
Is it cleaned
Well,
out?
if I have a rat family in there, then I'm telling you what's up.
You're
Um,
fine.
there's stuff in the
We
trunk
left a
for sure.
vehicle like out in the mountains, and that was when it got like infested with mice. But we left it out in the mountains for
Okay.
like 6 months.
Ugh. Uh, okay, I'm just scared. I'm sure it's fine because like we
There's
haven't ever had a mouse in the
You
house,
might
so
have
I'm sure there's
spiders
not
and
really
ants. That's much
excessive
better than mice.
rats. Yeah, that is definitely more likely. Did I tell you about the time that I was coming home from the bar and it was the porch light wasn't on, rude. And I dropped my keys and then I turned on my flashlight to pick them up and there was a literal black widow right there on the door by my keys and I would
Yikes.
have like not known. And I had started screaming at 3 in the morning and I wanted to call Wyatt, but it was
Oh my
obviously like way too
gosh.
late and I just had to murder it and I was so scared.
When
Anyways, the
when
end. I
I
hate
first moved
spiders.
here, and Colton was still in Utah, it I'd lived here for maybe like 3 months, and the dog Doug lived
Mm.
outside, and so I had to like go outside to go feed him because that's where he lived when we were at my sister's house because she didn't want him inside. So, like I went to go change his water outside, and there was a spider that was the size of the water bowl in the water
Mhm.
bowl.
Oh
I
my
don't
Lord.
know, it was a
What?
giant spider.
What was it?
They're just giant spiders out here. And so I was like out there like, and I didn't want to
Woohoo!
touch it, and I was like screaming, and my like he was like 11-year-old nephew at the time. He like came outside, he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I am not okay. I need my husband to live with me again." And I'm just like yelling because I was like, "I don't want to do this. This is a job for a husband. I can't handle this." And I was like, and my poor like 11-year-old nephew's like, I'll go get my mom. So my sister came out and she's like, "It's fine." And she just like flipped the water bottle or the water container over, and she was like, "See, it was okay." And I was like, "I'm not okay. This is a giant spider."
I I would not have survived that either.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
I can't believe she touched it
if
and
it's
got that
spiders that are
close.
like, I know that they're not gonna like hurt me. Like I'll figure out a way to kill it. But like if it's giant and I don't know like about it, I'm not
Every
gonna be okay.
spider,
And it was that I was screaming
no,
more about like being away from Colton than I was
the lack of husband. Yeah,
actually screaming about
naturally.
the spider. But
Speaking of husband jobs, Charlie said that part of the reason she
yeah,
got married was so
that's
that she
true.
never had to clean out the drain again. Uh, I know it is. The other day, Wyatt is fully naked in the shower, just the shower raining down on him with like the like yellow things that get the hair, and he's just pulling clumps of hair out of the drain, just fully naked and vulnerable. And I was like, oh yeah, husband duties.
That's awesome.
Why did he choose to do it naked? I would have been dressed for that. It was so funny just to see this man crouch
That's
down.
a husband job.
Why is he naked?
I mean,
It's funny.
Colton
You're
does that
welcome
too.
for that visual.
Is I guess it's more efficient that way or something.
I mean, I get it. Like sometimes I will wait to clean the shower till I have to shower, but
Well,
it was
I guess
so
that I
funny.
don't think I've actually told that story on the podcast before, but so before I when I was single and I was like dating, I was living in an apartment with like three other girls, and I shared a bathroom with somebody who had like really long hair. And I lose a lot of hair too, so I'm guilty as well. But like it was so backed up, and I was like, neither of us would. We were like on strike. Neither of us would clean out the drain, and so finally one day I was like, fine, I will
A
clean out
drain.
the drain. So I cleaned out the drain, and it was so gross, and I was like, I am never doing that again. And I signed up for a dating app, and then I met my husband. And so then I always tell him that all
Yeah.
the time. He's like, "Why are you not clean?" Like, I was like, sometimes he'll be like, "Oh, I can't believe I have to clean this out," and I'll be like, "It is like the reason you're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have to do it. Like
Recognize,
I
son.
wouldn't be here in a marriage if it wasn't for the hair in the drain." So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nasty. It's
speaking of
disturbing.
which, it's
Like
our 10-year
terribly loose.
anniversary on Saturday or Friday.
Holy
Isn't that
cow.
crazy?
Wow. What's the secret sauce?
Don't sweat the small stuff, and like take like say what you're mad about like immediately as soon as you get mad about it.
It's a good advice.
No,
Do you guys have a hot date
not that I
planned?
know of. I mean, we'll probably like go to dinner or something, but like I think
Nothing?
we'll wait to do something anything fancy until like my work calms down.
That's fair. You're in that busy season of
Yeah,
getting
for
stuff
everything.
organized for.
Summer is crazy. And like the getting
Mhm.
ready for summer is even crazier. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to
So
hire.
I don't know if we'll do anything, but um, like right now, but we'll probably go to dinner or something. I don't know. I currently don't have any plans,
That'd be good.
but
Nice.
isn't it crazy? It doesn't feel like 10
That's
years.
crazy though. That's a long time. Hmm. Yeah, that's wild to me.
Did you get married? We got
Of
married in
you
2015.
being together or married? What the hell? I remember going with you. We weren't super
Hmm.
close yet, but I went with you to go try on your wedding dress at
Yeah.
this lady's house.
Yeah, well,
It
it's
was
because you
funny.
didn't have a car.
Do you remember that?
And I was like, I'll drive you to work, but
I know.
I have to go for a dress fitting after work, so you're coming.
Hmm. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I designed my
Yeah,
own wedding dress
crazy to
and
think.
then had it made for me, and it was $250. Yeah, right. Oh,
Slay. I don't understand how people pay like thousands of dollars for one dress for one short amount of time.
yeah.
It like it makes me have
I
an eye
don't. I
twitch.
didn't want to do that either. When I met her, I was like,
I'd rather
"You're
go
kidding! I could
on a
pay you
honeymoon.
to get what I want." And she was just some like lady who
Hmm.
um she made all of her kids like dance uniforms and everything, and then she was like, she started a business, and you could just go over to her house and she'd measure you, and you'd like stand in her old lady
Hmm.
craft room, and she'd ask you what you wanted. And then we like went to the Joann's
Yep.
together, and just like I got to pick out the fabric and do all that, and it was cool. Like I liked my wedding dress. I would have been more clear and made more, given more feedback, like knowing what I know now,
Hmm.
but it ended up not being exactly what I wanted,
Yeah,
but it was my own fault because I wasn't super clear.
that's fair.
Yeah.
It's so hard to
Hmm.
execute like the vision. You know what
Especially
I
when
mean?
you have
And
a
communicate
plus
that
size body
sometimes.
that
Like,
people aren't used to making plus size clothes. So,
mm, yeah, yes.
yeah. And
There's
now I dress
a
myself way better
method
than
to
I
the
did then too.
madness.
So,
In any, yeah, I feel like in any style and shape, it can be challenging to
yeah,
figure
but
out
I
what
feel
like
like
actually is
average
flattering.
size clothes, they make like more of them. And like, I feel like plus size clothes, they expect plus size people to be self-conscious about their arms or something, so everything has flutters on it, fluttery sleeves, or like, or like
It's
self-conscious about
true.
their midsection or whatever,
Yes.
so everything has to have this certain waistline, stuff like that. So like I feel like there's less variety. Like I can't
Yes.
find
Hmm.
things that I think look cute because the mass of people is
Yes.
self-conscious about their arms
You,
or whatever.
yeah, but I feel like for you, it's mostly your chest is like part of it, and I even think the way they shape it isn't always
Yeah.
like conducive to that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it took me a long time to figure out, to
So,
find the
I
places
don't
that I
know.
could find the shapes of things that I know look good on me. And also, as soon as I stopped caring,
Yeah,
it got easy for me. Yeah.
it got easier. Yeah. I have never been able to afford the style that I have in my brain for myself, so I just wear
Yeah.
scrubs most of the time.
Well,
So it doesn't even matter.
I just
But
buy from Torrid and they have really good sales sometimes. That's all I have for you. But like you can't shop there, so
no. I don't ever buy clothes though, actually. Like a lot of people buy clothes all the time. I have a friend who's constantly buying clothes and I'm like, Dude, why do you need more clothes? Like, you have so many. I don't
Yeah.
understand. So, I don't have that.
Hmm.
I buy skincare and books and coffee. That's my
Um, I will buy
spending
clothes
habits
sometimes, but
for fun things.
usually it's just like at the change of seasons whenever I feel like the thing that I've been wearing is like got stains on it or something like that. Like I need to refresh and try because I am pretty hard on my clothes too. Is like because I just go and do whatever.
Yeah. I definitely, anytime, without fail, if I have a new thing, I probably stain it the first time I'm wearing it. So I know that I have to wear dark colors.
Hmm.
Like, I don't own hardly any white. I got a dress to go to a wedding and I put on my perfume and it stained it. And I'm like, literally, how is this possible? This is so dumb.
It
But
didn't like
whatever.
evaporate out.
No, I was shook. You can literally see the thing. And then my hands were really crusty, and my mom had like this salve, and I put it on my hands, and it must have somehow touched my like hip, so you could see that too. And I was like, I can't do anything. I will spill on myself. I will get weird. I don't know. Oily stuff on myself, I guess. I don't
Hmm.
know. Whatever.
Yeah, I
I wear
wear a lot of
black,
black too, but
but
I do wear a lot of purple and
you wear
green.
a lot of purple and burnt orange and green and burnt
Burnt
orange. I feel like those
orange.
are your like top. Do you believe in
I mean,
like dressing for your season?
I have a friend that does
Maybe
it,
not
and
anymore.
she seems to really think that people look different. But I every time she like posts something, I'm like, I can kind of see it, but I just don't see it as well as I feel like other people are seeing it.
I haven't done anything about it. I know nothing. I'm like, is this
I don't
fake?
know.
It seems fake.
I mean,
I think there's some like mildness. Like, yes, you might look a little bit better in
yeah,
this, but I don't
I
think it's
think some people
life-changing.
like. I think it's teaching people in Utah that not everybody has to be blonde.
Ugh, I don't understand. Yeah, copper is like a
Yeah,
huge trend right now in Utah. Cowboy copper.
yeah. Everyone is blonde.
Everyone's blonde. It's
That is.
insane. And tan and tiny. Like, where's the variety?
Yeah.
And they have
I
caterpillar
I was
lashes.
like not any of the above.
Me either. I'm pale, I have black hair, and
Hmm.
I have tattoos and curves and
You
regular
would not have those
eyeball
if you
lashes.
could. You would have caterpillar eyelashes if
What?
you could.
My lashes?
Not that full.
No, I wouldn't. Not that full. I would have lashes, but I wouldn't have like those
No.
insane ones. Because I never had insane ones when I had them. They were long, but they were
But
not
then you
like
kept going back to them,
aggressively
even though
awful.
you were allergic to them, and I was very concerned for your eye health.
Okay, it was only twice, and it was because they told me I could use sensitive glue, and that we found out quickly was a lie, and then I accidentally got high on Benadryl, even though I was using the correct dose within the correct time frame. But yeah, no, it's not meant to be, and that's fine. I love to rub my eyeballs anyways. I just
Why?
really hate mascara is the problem. Like, mascara is so annoying because I can never get it fully off of my eyeballs, no matter like if I use an oil cleanser, if I use my cellular water. I get like this is stuck on my bottom lash and I look
Hmm.
makes me look weird. I
I
don't
just
like
don't wear
it.
makeup that often unless I'm like have to go on camera. That is not my podcast.
I used to wear a lot of makeup, but I've lessened it. I wear tinted sunscreen and blush and
Hmm.
make my eyebrows match my
I
hair. And then
if I
I
if
don't
I do
I
any
don't do
makeup, I usually just do
crazy
my
stuff
eyebrows
anymore.
because I feel like that makes the biggest impact. Hmm.
Yeah, they frame your face. Where I'm naturally like dirty blonde, it looks wild if I don't have my eyebrows like I have actual eyebrows. I just don't they're not as dark as
Did
mine.
did your like microblading wear off?
Um, it's not gone. It's uh
Hmm.
just like grayish red.
Because isn't it supposed to like go away in like 3 years or
And
something?
the lady like shaved off. It's like not a tattoo, so the depth that they put the ink in is
Hmm.
different than like an actual tattooed eyebrow. Um, but I won a giveaway and let's say it was free for a reason. Um, but she shaved off so much of my eyebrow that you can't really tell except for my tails of my brow where I
Hmm.
have like not as much hair as my regular. Does that make sense? I'll send you a picture when I have a naked
I
face
don't think
and you'll
it's
be
gonna
like,
look
oh,
bad.
yeah, that looks bad. But it's a weird color. It's
Hmm.
not the worst. I've seen worse. So luckily I have naturally thick brows. I
Yeah,
just have to fill in my
I
tails.
have the well. If anybody has weird
You know?
eyebrows, that's me. We know that. Yeah,
Yeah, but
whenever
they're
I live close to
manageable.
you.
I got you. You could do it. You could figure out how to tweeze
I'm
them.
I'm not
Really.
capable.
It's just tricky. Your
Yeah,
brows are sisters, not twins. Same with mine.
I don't feel qualified to manage my own eyebrows. I need a professional,
I feel that
and I
about
have to have like
a
a
lot
good
of stuff.
professional. It can't be
I got you.
any random one. By good, I mean just you.
Anyone? Yeah, because they like try and take off your whole
Yeah, you're the
eyebrow.
only one. I don't let anybody else
I'm the
do
only
it.
one. I need I need and well, I did approve a lady over there, and then it turned
Yeah.
out to not be. It was deceiving.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Okay, I'm ready to go be in my bed now.
Redonkulous.
Boo.
I have to make dinner. That's like
Boo.
rude.
I did the
And do the
dishes.
dishes.
And then I made ramen for dinner.
I cook dinner pretty
I
like
get
stovetop
I
like
get
what
like
kind of
rice
ramen?
ramen because I'm gluten fluid. You've never heard me say gluten
Gluten
fluid.
fluid. I think that's
I'm
funny.
gluten fluid because if you
I don't
put
think
a honey
so.
wheat sandwich in front of me, I
Oh,
am gonna eat it. But like, I
yeah.
shouldn't eat
I don't
gluten.
have
It makes
restraint
me uncomfortable.
gluten. Well, I knew you were like not
Hmm.
for a while and it was helpful like in the way you felt, but
I
I didn't
will eat
know
it if I don't.
where you were
It
at with
like
that.
if I'm
I
like
ha
at a work function and all there is pizza and not gluten free pizza, I will eat it.
yeah,
But
you need to come to the voodoo doctor here.
oh really?
He cured Coulter of his nut allergy.
I'll have to look it up.
Hmm. It's very voodoo though. You have to embrace
Hmm.
Dr. Pinkston
Okay.
and
I
his voodoo
I'm the one
magic.
that said that latent energy gave me
He's like
a
a
diaphragm
marine.
spasm, so I feel like I'm pretty hippie.
I know that you trust it. Yeah, you would
Maybe.
trust it. Maybe the gluten would set you free. Um, I can't be
Hmm.
trusted around bread. I already know that about myself. Like cheese,
Hmm.
carbs, number
Yeah,
one.
I love bread.
Same.
I just
Love it.
like it doesn't agree with me as much as it did before.
I get that. Well, apparently every 7 years our body
Hmm.
has changes, and so we can develop new things that Actually, like apparently I have
Rude.
allergies now. The last 2 years, it's freaking rude.
Okay, I'm gonna go be in my bed now.
Rude.
All right. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
I'm
I
gonna
love you.
go
Bye.
look. Love you too. Bye.
Please bless that it's working. Yeah, I don't know what's going on because the counter says that it's at 38